What's good? You rocking with your boy TheCzarr, all rights reserved. CommenterNation, greatest nation since United Nations, stand up. Um, Today, I was told to give out 2 sponsors directly where I want my sponsorships to potentially come from. And then I'm going to get into something else. I would like my sponsors. And first off, like, share, subscribe, log in, check it out always. Hit that Cash App, support the channel. $ capital THE capital CZARR on Cash App. I wanted to put out here where I would like my dream sponsors to come from. My dream sponsors would come from places, and I'm going to name Florida first, and places that I saw that are cool, that I really am in unison with. Deerfield, which is real close to Pompano Beach, like almost like a border away. I saw it was a nice community, different things going on. It's very chill, very scenic and serene. I also would like them if they were going to come there for, I think it's called Apopok, Florida, something like that. I thought that would be cool. This is just a weird name, so I'm thinking of rich people when I think of that spot and where it will come from. It would also be cool if a sponsor came from Brooksville. I heard that's a very cool place in Florida. I don't know about Fort Lauderdale, but I heard North Fort Lauderdale was a cool place. I also heard that, believe it or not, Honolulu, I heard Honolulu had a lot of people who are worth the time, worth the money of sponsoring different things. And a few other places there in Florida. Not too many more. I knew them before I started the video, but let's keep it moving. Now, I don't really mess with Missouri. Missouri's not one of my spots, and I don't know too much about it. But I heard a really cool place in Missouri is Chesterfield. I heard that a lot of wealthy individuals do reside and donating to Chesterfield. Oh, of course, and Virginia, one of the best places of Virginia, to my knowledge, as far as places worth sightseeing, are Richmond. I heard that was a real cool place. Those are just a few. Arizona altogether, that would be cool. The entire state, I heard that's just an experience of a lifetime. I can't think of any more offhand, but those are just a few places. I don't know if anyone from there watches, but, support the channel, support Cash App me, hold me down. Let's get into something else as, I navigate through. One of the other things I want to speak about dealing with that, and shout to all the sponsors, Brandy J at Brandy J Shop on Instagram. Go support Brandy J Official. That website, it's in the description below. I know that they have good product. They'll take care of you. The best thing that I was thinking about was something that was brought up by eyewitnesses that weren't part of the crime scene but were around it. It was what 2 people confirmed. It was the Spanish individual, the Spanish gentleman, and it was the woman. I do not know her nationality. I just knew the Spanish gentleman because he had a Spanish accent. Forgive me if I'm incorrect. But why were we never discussing the dirt bikes that were riding? You see, there were dirt bikes riding away from the scene. And that's what they had both seen. But all we're known about is these individuals pulling up in the SUV. We don't even see the dirt bikes pulling away on video. So I was curious because I don't think that they saw and heard the same thing and was wrong. There wasn't much emphasis put on what the eyewitnesses saw. That was one of the most impeding things that I couldn't really figure out at first. But I really didn't understand why dirt bikes were seen riding away. And all we saw was a SUV pull up, not even a van, as it was first claimed. So I don't know if that's partial why people were so negative towards the investigators and asked them what type of investigation they were doing. But where does that leave us? Is there any knowledge or any more about that happening that I do not know? I just, I named sponsors because I heard of some of the greater places of Florida. And I do know that Pompano Beach is pretty large. It has a lot of different things going on. Oh, and excuse me, I meant Deerfield Beach. Deerfield Beach is also another good place. So I'm guessing that's all beach area. So pretty nice houses, pretty nice community. It would be nice to get wealthy sponsors from these areas to support the channel, support what we got going on. I have a lot of different things I'm trying to do in the near future. So, I was told, just like Facebook target your audience. So I'm trying the targeting method, and I really do enjoy those things. I think it's a great place. Shout to my sponsors and people to date. I don't really know where all of you are from, but if you're from there, shout out and continue to hold the channel down as I progress. Again, I get demonetized most times when dealing with YouTube. I don't know whether it's because of the content, which it's in guidelines with them because I'm not using other people's content, nor am I doing anything that is subjugated to content that is harmful in any way, shape, or form. I'm confused at that, YouTube. But, just support each other, support the channel, support what we got going forward. I was just putting that out there because I didn't think if anyone ever thought about the dirt bikes. I thought that was interesting. You just have seen dirt bikes pull off and officers see nothing. That was puzzling to me, especially being if the hospital's right down the street and that's where they came from. I looked at the map. I see it. It doesn't make sense to me. All I know is that it's on the border of Deerfield Beach. That's all I know. So, Florida's pretty large. It's a very large place. I also know that a few details that I came out with and spoke on, I don't know the relevancy because certain people are no longer around these areas. I don't know why. Maybe someone could disclose that to me. And I see a visual move every time after I address certain subjects. I don't know what that's about. I'm not really getting it. I'm kind of confused, actually. I mean, just after recent things I spoke on, someone else just made a move. They were out of there. I'm not getting it. Why? What's the purpose? I'm not really understanding whether it's guilt. I'm not understanding whether it's getting out of Dodge because certain people say things. But what I do know is that what was said. And I don't know if it was on purpose. I don't know if you had a purpose. Maybe it was just to shun me. But at the end of the day, it wasn't right because, this large time rapper that a lot of people respected and cared about is gone. Correct? So why would you be moving around like that? And what's crazier is you go into the areas where I got the most support. That's even crazier. Walk around long enough, you're going to even see my pictures up and probably won't see my face till long too right beside smiling. I mean, I don't get it. But ultimately, I support other people. We support this interrogation. Let's figure out why the dirt bikes were never talked about again. I mean, if an eyewitness told me they seen dirt bikes, I'd be looking for dirt bikes before I go hunting for a SUV or a rental car. I mean, it's just kind of suspicious. And I mean, in my thoughts, that's potentially what the alleged suspects could be thinking. Like, wait, why are they looking for me? What did I do? It's one of them things where you can't really explain it, but you see something's wrong. We'll get more into this as we go forward. Again, I have my agents on the job. Shout to Agent M. And, shout to Agent Z. Shout to Agent U. Agent U, I don't talk about too much. I'm not supposed to talk about him too much. But shout to Agent U anyway. These guys are moving official. Yeah, but sponsors, hit me up. Hit the Cash App up. Hit the PayPal up. All of that's in the description. Support the channel. Support what we got going. Just support the movement. because, you know, we're looking for the betterment of everything going on. And next, I'm looking for the dirt bikes that sped off and the potential of who was on them, because I think that's more suspicious than looking for a van that happens to be a SUV. I don't know. That's just me. Let me know what you think in the comments below. So again, donate, support the channel. That's the best way to support the channel, is by donating and showing your love for the movement and everything it is that we aspire to. And all in all, you know how I rock. All rights reserved.